Hello, now we're back to our calculator portion of the show we're going to do. The last thing we stopped off with was this slide here, in which we said if you have your confidence level, we can use it to find our Z critical value. We said take 100%, subtract your confidence level. Take the number you get left over, divide it in half. That number is 5%. You can do inverse norm percent to the left to find what that Z value is, okay? The 5% you see here is representative of the area to the left of the curve, because I want to bring you back to this. And we looked at this curve here and we did 95% confidence interval. We said there's 95% in the middle and 5% left over for the end. So you have 2.5 on one end and 2.5 on the other end. When we go back to this problem, our curve doesn't have 95% in the middle. It's got 90% in the middle. So that leaves 10% left over for the edges. Take your 10% and divide it in half, and you have 5% on each edge. So what we're doing here is we're trying to find what Z value is going to correspond to 5% of the area to the left. The way we find that is we do inverse norm and the percent to the left on your calculator. In this problem, the percent to the left is our 5%. So we're going to do second vars, number 3, inverse norm. This number you found here is the percent or the area to the left. So you're going to use it to find your Z critical value. So you do inverse norm 0.05. Since we're looking for Z scores, your mu, this number here is always 0. Standard deviation is always 1. Remember, when you're looking for Z scores or Z critical values in this case, your mu is 0, your standard deviation is 1. All right. Come through here and we'll just get to this part. So you get inverse norm 0.05 on your calculator and it spits out negative 1.644853. I just rounded my answer to negative 1.645, and that's the Z value for this confidence interval. Inverse norm of the area to the left gives me my Z value of negative 1.645. Okay, now I'm going to do a couple more of these, and I want you at one time in this video to pause the video. I want you to try and find the same thing with your calculator, okay? But let's go to the next one here, okay? So let's look at these here. So this says, find a Z critical value for the confidence level. So I'm going to minimize my calculator for a second and go through here, and I got to do some calculator work for this one, okay? First of all, what we told you to do for here is always start off with this. Take 100% and subtract the confidence level you're given, which is 95%. What you get left over is 5%. Now from here, you got to take that 5% and divide it by 2, and that's going to give you 2.5%. Okay? That 2.5% is the area left on the left and right of the curve. So it looked like this curve here. This curve has 95%. You can probably blow it up and you have better eyes than I do. If you look down here, this number right here is 0.025. This number is also 0.025. That's how much area is to the left of this bar here. And that's exactly what we found right here, 2.5%. So we should be able to figure out what the Z critical value is based off this number of 2.5. How do we do it? Go back to what we had before. Pull your calculator up. Remember, we want to know the area to the left, which is 2.5. So we're going to type in our calculator, second vars, inverse norm. The area to the left is 0.025. Our mean is 0. Our standard deviation is 1 because we're looking for Z scores. And then we paste it. All right. And the value we get is a negative 1.9599. Now, I've got to be honest with you. I know I told you to go to 4 significant figures, but it's almost like an unwritten rule. Anytime you do a Z critical value of 95%, it's negative 1.96. Okay, so just know if you wrote negative 1.95996, I wouldn't mark it wrong. It'd be fine, but you're cool with just doing negative 1.96 or 1.96, whichever one you want to put down. But so the answer for this is going to be negative 1.96. Now, remember, you don't have to use a negative. You can use positive, whichever one you want to, because remember, you're going to have to add and subtract your margin of error. So don't be freaking out that this is negative. You're going to do this z critical value, multiply it by your standard error anyway, and add and subtract it to it. So you're good with that one. Okay. So let's do this one right here. I'm going to do one more, and then I want you to pause the video. I want you to try 92 bytes, so by yourself. All right. How do you find the z critical value for 96%? Same scenario, 100% minus your 96%. I'm going to get left over with 4%. Take your 4%, divide it by 2. What you have left over is your 2%. This 2% is what I'm going to use to find my z critical value. So go back to handy dandy little calculator. Second bars, inverse norm. The percent to the left is 0.02. Our mean, since we're looking for a z critical value, is 0. Our standard deviation is 1 because we're looking for z-scores. And here's our answer, negative 2.0537. So negative 2.054 is fine. But so really kind of at this point, you're in a good shape. So I'm going to put our answer is going to be, let's see here. Oh, it's not going to be fun with that one. So y'all saw what the answer was. So it looks like it was negative 2.054. I'll just do it that one. Negative 2.054. And there you go. And yeah, that's fine with that one. You're good with that one. All right. So what I want you to do now is I want you to pause the video. I want you to try to figure out what 92% is going to be. So go ahead and pause the video now. And you can find your 92%. All right, you're back. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. 100% minus my 92%. That leaves me my 8%. Okay. We're going to take the 8%, divide it by 2. That leaves us 4%. All right. So that's our answer is 4%. When you use that 4% to go ahead and tell us what our critical value is supposed to be. So I'm going to type my calculator in here. Second vars, inverse norm of 0.04. Since we're looking for z critical values, your standard deviation is 0. Your mean is 0. Your standard deviation is 1. And then here comes your calculator here. It's going to say negative 1.7507. All right, I'll put that in there too. So we said it was negative 1. Let's see, I forgot what it was. Negative 1.7506. 7506. All right, and so there's your z critical values found for those two. Okay, so I think all your calculator stuff with z critical values you found. All right, so let's get down to the real reason why we're here. How do we find a confidence interval with these, with what we're dealing with? Okay, so I'm going to go way back in time to the beginning of our little PowerPoint in which we talked about how many UGA fans do we have. Okay, so honestly, your calculator is going to be your best friend with this. It's going to help you get through anything we do here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this question. Our p hat is 88 over 100. Okay, I want us to use that to come down to this next slide. Just remember what we found. We've talked to 100 people. We found that 88 were UGA fans in the state of Georgia, and we're going to use that information to figure out what we're going to do with our confidence interval. Okay, so the calculator is my friend for this. So remember, our p hat was we spoke to 100 people. We had 88 of them that were Georgia Bulldog fans. So my question to you is, I want to know what a 90% or 60% confidence interval looks like. Okay, so your calculator is going to do all the work for you. You just got to make sure you write it down in the correct order and you know what it means. Now, we're not going to explain what it means today. I think that's for another day, but we're definitely going to show you how your calculator can find this confidence interval for you. Okay, so take your calculator out here. I'm just going to clear the screen. So you got a brand new screen. You're getting ready to do your calculator, right? So we're going to do this. You're going to press the Stat button and go to Test. And what we're looking for is something called a 1 proportion Z interval. So I'm going to take my calculator and cursor all the way down here and write, oh, there it is, a 1 proportion Z interval. press enter. All right. Now, when you type in the calculator, the N is the number of people, in this case, that said they were UGA fans. So in our question, we found there were 88. So I'm going to type in here, I've got 88 is my X factor. That's how many people said I was a UGA fan, or how many own cats, or whatever you're looking for. In this case, we had 88 people who are UGA fans. We said we had talked to 100 people. That N is your sample size. All right. Last but not least, this says find a 60% confidence interval. That 60% goes right here. Okay. So I'm going to do 0.6. Now I want to stop you here. Just the slide before we were taking 100%, subtracting 90 and all that. You do not have to do that when you find your confidence interval in your calculator. If it says 60%, you put 60% in it. If it said 92.3%, you put 92.3%. Do not change this level when you're putting it in your calculator. Leave it alone. Okay? The only time you change it is when you're looking for Z critical values. Okay, so make sure you write it down. Z critical values. I'm going to do something with it. Confidence intervals, man, just use it like it is. All right. So I'm going to do 88 over 100. C level is 60% and press enter. And I'm going to get this interval here. So my interval for this is 0.85265 and 0.90375. This is my interval for this. So my 60% interval for the number of Georgia Bulldog fans is this. So that's the interval for 60%. All right. So I'm going to write this answer down here. 85. All right, 0.85. Now I'm supposed to do 4. So let's go ahead and get 4 numbers in here so I'm not shortening it up. 27. All right. And then the other number from that calculator said it was 0.9074. All right. So that's your interval for 60%. All right. I'm going to pause the video now, and I want you to try and do 60. Okay. I want you to do the 80% one. Video pause, do 80%. All right, you're back. So let's go ahead. Let's do the video here. So I'll do stat, test, 1 proportion Z interval, which is right here on A. We still have 88. We still have 100. Nothing's changed. What has changed, though, is now our C level is now an 80% C level. Remember, we're not changing this. Press enter. And here's a new interval. Okay. Interval looks to be 0.83, so I'm going to write it up here. It says it's 0.8384. And then it was 0.9217. I want you to notice something about this interval. Which interval is bigger, the 60% interval or the 80% interval? Looks like to me the 80% interval is bigger. Remember, one of the things that then can increase your confidence interval is increasing your confidence level. We didn't change anything else. All we did was change our confidence level and look at our confidence interval getting bigger. All right. So last but not least, go ahead and do 95%. Pause the video and do 95. So you're back. We're going to do stat, test, 1 prop Z interval. All right. Go in here. This is still the same. We still got 88 UGA fans. We still talked to 100, but this time we're going to be 95% confidence, not 85, not 80. Let's calculate this. And our interval has gotten even bigger, 0.8163. All right. So we got 0.8163. And then last is 0.9437. 0.9437. And that's your confidence interval for that one. Now, if you'll notice, one of the things we talked about was as our confidence level increases, our interval also increases. Okay, so that's all I got for tonight for Z-scores. We'll talk to you on Thursday to talk more about what these confidence intervals really mean and what they're trying to find us. So until then, see you later.